New into stock, we have this Audi Q3 2-litre TDI S-Line Plus, and it's the Quattro version. It's a 5-door, it's a 2014 on a 64 plate. It has done 44,615 miles, 2 owners from new. It has an MOT until the 3rd of September 2018. It has a full service history. Having said that, it's not actually due for the second service yet. The first service was done on the 7th of June 2016 at 18,700 miles at Grimsby Audi. It has had a service since, but we would do it again before it goes out, because as per usual, we have this digital service history, and here we go. Here's the paperwork, and all this paperwork here, that tells you nothing. There's 3 pages of stuff here which basically tells you it was serviced at Grimsby Audi, and the service invoice for the second one has been lost. Now, I wish we could just go back to the old days when you just had a little service book, you left it in the car, you got your car serviced, the dealer stamped it, that was it. Instead we have to, in order to, you know, to keep up with our due diligence and check on service history, we have to go through all the invoices and then ring the dealers to find out, whereas just with a little service book, the telephone number's there, the name and address of the dealer there, what date. So much easier in the old days until they came up with that incredibly stupid idea. It's all right as a backup for future reference, and if you lose your service book, but as an actual means to record the service history, it's ridiculous. Fuel economy, urban 43.5, extra urban 54.3, and combined is 50.4. 0 to 60 time of 8.1 seconds and a top speed of 134 miles per hour out of a 175 brake horsepower engine. Good economy for a car. It's a fairly big car, and also the road fund license. 6 months is £82.50 and 12 months is £150. It was first registered on the 12th of December 2014. I'll just try and go through a couple of the things it's got. First of all, height and reach adjustable steering wheel, really handy. It's finished in black metallic. It's got half leather and Alcantara seats, again finished in black and charcoal Alcantara. You've got the S-Line embossed leather. You've got the Quattro badges on this brushed aluminium here, the insets to the dash, the gear tunnel and the door cards. We've got CD radio, we've got sat nav, the nav control is there, and these 4 buttons here correspond to the instructions in the corners of the screen there. So if I click that one, it'll go onto map. So you've got map, you've got Bluetooth hands-free, you've got a couple of SD card slots there, CD, cruise control, electronic parking brake again, which I really can't fathom. Front central armrest. In the front central armrest, it's got what appears to be an old iPod connector, but that also comes out, so I would imagine you'll be able to replace that with a lightning connector for the new iPhone. Multifunction steering wheel, perforated leather on the outside there. You've got your audio controls and also your nav controls. We've got cruise control here on the left. You've got your you've got your indicators there, wipers on the right, and then your key here. That's it's not keyless entry, it's not keyless start, it's one of the safe ones that you can leave outside your house and not be frightened of it getting nicked off some signal snatcher. So 2 keys for it. Again, we've got the S-Line motif on the 3-spoke steering wheel. It's got the 3-spoke, or sorry, It's got 5-spoke alloys, and each spoke is split into 3 sections, however you describe that. On here it is segment spoke design alloy wheels, and they're also fitted with Pirelli P0s, which are great tyres. We've got aluminium roof bars, we've got rear privacy glass, chrome window surrounds, it's the advanced parking system. It's got front and rear parking sensors, and also, let's just see, you've also got an optical display there on the dashboard to tell you what you're just about to hit, or where the obstacle is. Lovely headline in here, and it's also contoured above the driver and passenger, so there's a section in the middle that's quite nicely finished off. And I'll just take you a ride in it now. I'm using an Audi myself at the moment, and it's quite infuriating until you get used to it. The electronic handbrake, I have a tendency to jump in a car and try and set off while I'm still putting my seatbelt across me, which is a bad habit, granted, but you can't do it in the Audi, because unless you've got your seatbelt fastened, it remains, the electronic parking brake stays on, so you go to set off but you don't. So it gets you into good habits anyway, or reforms lazy drivers like myself. The seats are nice and comfortable. The Recaro style, with the thigh extension at the front here that you can pull out. It supports right underneath your legs if you get it just to the right position. We've got electric lumbar support as well, which blows up a little cushion in the bottom of your back. I'm pretty sure we've got a headlamp wash. I'll just switch those on. Yes, we've got a headlamp wash. Wipers are good. And xenon headlamps. Rear wash wipe. The sat nav is very easy to program. I'll show you how to do that when we get back. I just feel like I'm sat up a bit too much in this car, but that's as low down as it'll go. Electric door mirrors. The electric door mirror switch is there on the driver's armrest, along with the 4 electric window switches. You've got your central locking here, global central locking, auto dim mirror. I have to say, first impressions, I think it's the first time I've driven a Q3. First impressions are it is very nice. It resembles inside an A1, I suppose, as well. Nice slick gearbox. Great Audi engine. The sat nav's gone into night mode because I've got the headlights on. Just knock it back off. Got auto headlights as well there. Test the cruise control in a short while. Nice and quiet, very smooth. Brakes are good, no judders. This car has just come into stock about an hour ago, and we always take them for a 10-mile drive to make sure they get up to operating temperature. We then check them for, on the drive, we check them for anything obvious that could be wrong with it that we need to alert the workshop to rectify before we sell them. Also, getting up to temperature, look for fuel leaks, water leaks, oil leaks, anything like that. Overheating problems. Not that you would expect a 64 plate Audi to have anything like that, but you never know. Always best to be on the safe side. So finished in black metallic, black half leather, charcoal Alcantara centre panels, sat nav, Bluetooth hands-free, multifunction steering wheel, height adjustable and reach adjustable as well, cruise, aircon or automatic aircon, six-speed gearbox, alloy wheels, Right, it's showing here also, not all Audis have Bluetooth audio streaming. I think it's called the Audi Connect system. This looks like it has got it. There's certainly an indicator saying that my phone's not connected, and I'll also show you how to connect your phone and stream audio through it when we get back to the garage. Clutch is nice and light. So just get to 70 miles an hour there, set the cruise, one touch cruise button on the end there. You can also increase your speed by just pushing the lever up or decrease by pushing down. 70 miles an hour in 6th gear, dead on 2000 revs. Nice and quiet, no tyre noise. It is a smooth section of motorway here, but there's with four-wheel drives you tend to get a little bit more tyre noise. No wind noise, although it has got the aluminium roof bars or the carrier system. They're not like the old roof bars where they just used to kind of stick up. It's moulded into the car virtually and contoured, so doesn't generate wind noise. seatbelt smells of perfume. It's belonged to a young lady. So I don't think there's been any dogs here, or certainly not smokers. It's a really nice environment. Vehicle settings, driver assist, sets a speed warning there. Saying the next oil change is due in 12,100 miles or 497 days. So somebody's gone to the trouble of resetting the system. So I'm presuming it's serviced, but we will do it again, as we've no evidence. We can't find the invoice in the paperwork, and we'd always rather be safe than sorry. Great handling going around corners. Can't decide which lane he wants to be in. No, still can't decide. Pick a lane and stick to it. Really nice car, very nice and clean inside. And it's almost silent now. Aircon's working nice. Everything really well set out in an Audi. Very functional. Everything easy to hand. If you could just get the salesman to answer your calls, they'd have a great product. What are the odds of just crossing a big van there as a cyclist on this country lane? This is a lovely car to drive. have to say these days I'm not a big fan of manuals, but it's a great gearbox. And for those of you out there who say they prefer driving a manual, then this would be a great car. Got rev counter on the left there, speedo on the right. At the bottom of the rev counter you've got your coolant temperature. The bottom of the speedo you've got your fuel gauge, and then in the center you've got a digital display for the speedo, which that will change digital speedo, or you can have it on efficiency. I think that's telling us what gear we're in. To be fair, if you don't know, you shouldn't really be driving. And there we go. That's the fuel computer. It's showing you what the cruise is set to if you resume, your average speed, and your odometer, trip counter, outside temperature gauge, and it's also telling me there what gear I'm in and that I should have changed down. Switch to menu there. You can alternate between car, telephone, info, navigation, media, radio, and tone. That's for the music system in Audi is really, really good. I'm using an A6 at the moment, and the sound system is really second to none. So if we select that, you can change the treble, bass, balance, fader, and then they have the Gala function, which changes the sound stage, I suppose. Poor old chap there refueling his vehicle, and he's got to get his mobility chair out to get to the fuel pump. It makes me long for the days when there was petrol pump attendants and you didn't have to get out of your car, and people like that obviously weren't inconvenienced. Here we are back at the garage. Lovely car. I'm sure this won't be with us very long.